Hi and welcome back to the Jem Hawkes YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you something which I've had a lot of inquiries about. My little friend here, the Adam West Dragon, and what I wanted to do was show you how to make your very own pair of baby dragon tail earrings. And as a little bit of a bonus to that, I'm going to show you a really fun earring finding that you can make for yourself with just a few short pieces of leftover wire. So, without further ado, we're going to get straight on into our demonstration today, and it's a two-parter. So first of all, I'll show you the baby dragon tail, and then secondly, I'll show you how to create a simple but slightly more interesting earring finding that goes really well with this cute little design. I'm actually working to demonstrate with silver-plated copper core 1mm gauge wire, which is perfect for the dragon's tails, but I would recommend sizing down to a 0.8mm gauge for utilising for making ear wires. Most UK ear piercings will accept quite happily a 0.8mm gauge. There are not many that will go up to the 1mm, so just if you're sort of making to sell, make sure that you make the ends of the wire slightly fine. You can either use a sanding paper or something very similar to just make that nice and smooth when it goes through the piercing. So I'm working here with around about 10 to 12 inches of silver-plated copper core wire in the 1mm gauge, and I'm going to work from the length so that we don't waste very much. I am going to give that a bit of a warmth through just between thumb and forefinger to make the wire a little bit more flexible. We're going to start using any flat-facing pair of pliers. I'm using my bent chain nose pliers as always. I'm going to come in approximately 4 or 5mm from the end, and just pop a little bit of a sharp angled bend in like so to begin with. And then I'm going to very, very gently pop a little bit of a curve on the remainder of the wire here. I'm then going to come in with my pliers at the bottom, and it's just past the point. If you imagine a line going straight up, we need to leave a little bit of a gap just to the right hand side of that cut end before we bring back another quite sharp angle, little bit of a curve again, and you can see I did that just with my thumb just to push that over so that it reflects the first side. I'm just going to turn this around and show you how you can kind of modify that afterwards if you didn't get enough of a bend in there, and you can put quite a firm kind of shape in there as well if you prefer. Now what I want to do is bring that back to the centre, and you can do that in more than one move, and you can see we've got the first section of our tail done. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to pop my pliers in. Imagine a line going from the point of the tail up towards where the tail will continue, to grip that very, very firmly, and then put a right angle bend so that that comes back up to true. You can see we've got the first formings of the little bit of a tail on the end there, and then I'm going to take flat facing pliers and just give that a bit of a squeeze. Now that's a little bit of a soft turn just there, so I'm just going to play with that until I'm happy and make sure that that is as exactly as I want it to be, and then just put a little bit more of an angle on here, and you can see that we are getting ready to go. So what I want to do now is just very, very gently start the curvature coming off back towards the direction that you've just come from. So you go across, up to the point, back down this side to the centre, very, very gently putting a curve, just coming back in the same direction before I switch to using my round nose pliers. Now if you have bail makers, then you can use those, but I'm going to use my round nose pliers, and I'm going to come in quite a way down, so we've got a nice little circular even effect that we're going to draw around here. Whilst I am holding the pliers quite firmly, I'm not drawing them together too hard because I don't want to mark the wire. I'm just going to bring that until I've made one circuit all the way around the one side. Just warm that wire through again so that we can make a figure of 8 effect in the wire above the forked section of the tail at the bottom there, or the pointed section of the tail rather. Draw the tail of the wire around and just bring that until it sits almost like an infinity symbol or like a figure of 8, and that comes back up. I'll show you where we've got to so far, like so. What we're going to do there is just warm again, and we're almost at the end of the first section of our demo for today. A little bit of warmth, back in with the round nose pliers, and you can see that that's going to follow around and make a circle just at the centre at the top. So we're always looping, nothing too stressful, and we're not pressing too hard to bring those two sections of the pliers together. Once I'm happy with how that sits, I'm going to come in with my flush cutters, just grip like so, trim the excess of the wire away, and we'll use the remainder of that in a moment to create our fun and interesting ear wire. So just going to make sure that that loop is exactly how I want it to sit. Give it a bit of a squeeze, not too hard. And we're never going to be pressing down where the wires cross over, just on those circular sections on the outside. And then I'm just going to play with that until it sits exactly flat and how I want it to. So that's the first section. You can use that as decoration, you can add it on to a necklace or as a charm. If you are going to make that as a charm, then you will want to put a little bit more pressure through those segments of wire, the looping sections around the outside, to make sure that they don't kind of come out of shape when they're in wear. The second aspect to this design is a lovely little ear wire that reflects the nature of this quite nicely. Now, when I'm making ear wires, I tend to make them 2 segments at a time so that I can get the sizes exactly the same each time. But in order to show you more easily, I'm just going to do the one, and I'm going to try and get it to match my first ear wire as much as possible. So if you come down here with me, you'll see that we've got our 2 baby dragon tails just here, and they're very similar in size. Nothing that's really going to cause a drama if they're being worn in opposite ears. And what we're going to make now is this little ear wire to go with it. So with this design, it's a single segment that runs all the way through from the kick at the end in a nice big loop over the top, and then it turns into, again, the infinity or figure of 8 before we create that loop at the bottom. So you can use this for any earring design that you like. As I said before, I am working in a 1mm gauge today. Obviously, if you have a piercing that will accommodate that, all well and good, but if you are making to sew, generally a 0.8 is the way to go. So I'm just going to warm the wire through ever so slightly to get some fluidity back into the design. I'm just going to pop these up to the top of the screen for the moment. And I'm going to see if I can reflect the size of this piece as much as I can without doing them side by side. So I'm going to start at the kicking end. I'm just going to put a kick on the end, and this is what, when your earrings are in wear, when you're wearing ear wires, you tend to have a little kick on the end just to stop them from falling out too easily if they get caught in your hair or scarf or whatever it is. So just going to do this by hand. You can of course use a pen or a mandrel to get that form if you prefer, but because we're working with a good quality wire, I'm confident that I can get a reasonably good kind of kidney shape going on just here. I'm going to bring that shape down to the bottom. If you want to, you can obviously use a round form to get that beautiful. Paintbrushes are quite useful as well as pens. And then just going to put a little bit of warmth through the next section of wire that we're going to work with, because we are going to now kick out to the side. So it's somewhere between the point at which we start the kick and the tail that we're going to put a sideways angle on this segment of wire. So I'm going to draw that up towards me and then turn to show you. So that's coming out at 90 degrees to the straight section of the ear. If you imagine that the earlobe will sit in this section, it's now coming out in a sideways design. So we're just going to bring that down so it's not quite at 90 degrees. I've just made a nice firm angle, and then I'm going to draw that back down before I come back in with the round nose pliers to create the first half of that kind of infinity or figure of 8 segment. So if you are making 2 at a time, I do them step by step, and I also tend to, when I'm making ear wires, if I'm making them for a bespoke commission, I will do them opposing. So I will make 2 ear wires, one will go to the right and one will go to the left, and then I will size them up to make sure that they are of a similar size. So I've made my first loop. It looks a little bit like a bow, I guess, or a loop, as you prefer to think of it, figure of 8 or an infinity. So I'm just going to very, very gently roll the wire around that segment of the pliers until I get to 2 sides which are approximately the same in size and hopefully not too dissimilar to the design. So I've made them a little bit bigger on this side, so if you wanted to edit that slightly you can. Just by rolling the wire around, drawing that in a little bit, bringing that into position and back down. You can make that slightly smaller if you wanted to. When you're making them side by side, it is that much easier. So once we have got the little infinity symbol in, we need to now bring our central wire. It's coming off at a lovely smooth angle at the moment. What we want to do is grab that between the flat facing pliers again and bring that in a straight line down as if it's a continuation of our ear wire. So we'll look at those 2 side by side. We can see that that's not too dissimilar in size but you can obviously get that exactly perfect if you desire. So I'm going to allow approximately 1.5 to 2 millimeters below where it straightens up, and then I'm going to draw that back up towards me, like so, and I'll show you that sideways. So it's coming away towards the front of the design. If you imagine that sits behind the ear, this is the front of the earlobe, that's coming forward, isn't it? So we now need to just make a very simple loop at the bottom here. Helps to have a little bit of warmth in that wire. Pop the pliers in, round nose pliers again, and make quite a small loop at this stage. And I've just tucked that around so that I can see the size of the loop in relationship to my other design just here. Not too dissimilar again. Flip that over and cut away with your flush cutting pliers, making sure that you cut the correct wire. And then it's really important at this stage to make sure that you're happy with how everything is sitting. Key to the aesthetic really at this stage is that your line follows down the ear wire, creates those two loops, and then carries on in the exact same invisible path. Once you're happy that the cut loop at the back meets up with the beginning of the loop at the front, we're going to put all of that inside some flat facing pliers. You can use your standard flat pliers if you prefer, but I'm just going to give that a really hard push and a bit of a squeeze down to make sure that that shape is nice and locked. And I now know that I can open this as if you're opening a regular jump ring. Just tilt that open, pop your design in, and then close that back up again. And because you gave that a really hard squeeze before you opened it, you know that that shape and size is kind of set. So I will take a still image of these and put them on at the beginning of the video so you know exactly what you're going to make. Those are your baby dragon tail earrings, complete with, I don't know if you would call it an infinity loop ear wire or a little bow ear wire. Obviously, if you want to, you can continue and make that into a bow design. The world is your oyster with wire. I hope you've enjoyed the demonstration, and I hope you're having a lovely day. And I also hope that you'll join me in the future for another Jem Hawkes video tutorial. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!